husband died in 2006, and you know, you really don't take care of yourself because I was 100% caregiver for him, and so you're kind of on the back burner. When he passed away, we'd been married 35 years, and he was my everything. Anyway, my little sister Tammy was diagnosed with cancer in October and of the same year, so we went through that with her, but that was a different type of cancer. Between that, November to January, my dad was having mini strokes, but we didn't know that. In May of the next year, because so many things had happened, and so many things had happened in my life, I didn't really take care of me, and in May I noticed that my nipple had turned white, and I went to my doctor, and she told me that there wasn't anything really, she didn't see anything wrong, and I was like, something's wrong, my nipple's white. So I went for a mammogram, and also for a sonogram, and they couldn't find anything. They told me to come back in a year, and I went, but they did the sonogram in June, and I went back, and I told my doctor something's wrong, you've got to do something, and she said, okay, well, it doesn't look different to me, but I'm going to send you to a surgeon. And as soon as I got to the surgeon, he said, we've got to get in there quick. And it was always the same. It had never changed. It was always the same what I was telling him. So when I got to the surgeon, I couldn't figure out why he would see it, but another doctor couldn't see it. Anyway, it took a little bit. He said I took Motrin for the pain, so I couldn't do it within 10 days. So as soon as 10 days were up, he went in. He told me that it was an invasive lobular cancer, and it was very aggressive. And they had to do a mastectomy, and they took 9 lymph nodes, and the sentinel was positive. We did the Race for the Cure because of my mom, and when I did it, my chemo was over on May 2nd or 3rd, or the 4th, and so I walked it in April, and I thought I could do it, but I really couldn't, and but in my mind I was telling myself I could. And we went out there, and you know, the normal, the balloons, the pictures, everything, but it was me, it wasn't my mom. And I kept telling myself I could do it, and then when we started, my legs started giving out from under me, but in my head I was saying, what were you thinking? You couldn't do this. And as I was walking, then I felt as I was going down, I felt an arm underneath here and an arm underneath here, and it was my daughter and my granddaughter, and they were holding me up to where I would get stable and to keep on walking. So I was trying to get there, and I don't think I was actually walking. I think they were just kind of dragging me, and in my mind I was doing the walking, but I just kept saying in my mind, I can't do this, I can't do this. And as we turned the corner, I saw the little girls in their outfits as they were saying, you know, you can do it, and we are the cure, and you can do it. I mean, I bursted out crying because at that point I was being dragged, and but I thought I could do it. And when they pulled me over the line, I don't really remember very much about it other than the fact of the little girl saying that I could do it, and I really could do it. And every time I see them every year, because I've walked the race every year, I think about those little girls, and I think about that feeling. So it's hard to explain it to somebody who hasn't gone through it, that milestone, but it's, you know, it's an awesome thing for me to make it. It's not the end of the world, and your life is not over, and you can beat it. And you know, if you don't believe that there's a God, there is, and He holds you in the palm of His hand. And the fact that I had a praying family got me through, I think, all of it. it makes my heart feel, it just hurt for the people that don't have their family or don't have somebody to pray for them. That I don't understand how they can do that. Today, I try to make sure that I spend as much time with my grandkids. Not that they won't see a hurting grandma, but they will see somebody that they'll have good memories with. It makes me smile wherever we go that my grandson, he's 11, but he's like 5'4", that's Mr. Noah. He'll always make sure that he's not walking too fast, so that when I reach out my hand, if my bones are hurting real bad, that he'll be there. And my granddaughters do the same for me. But just to be able to play around with them. Last night I was in the pool with Corbin. He's 6, and he's rambunctious, and I was able to keep up with him. So that was pretty good. And it's every day is a new day. And I know it's so cliche to say that, but it's like, you never know how you're going to feel till that day. But you always have to look at it like, you know what, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this. Because if you let yourself go down, you'll go down big time. My name is Vida Brown, and I am a survivor. I'm a great survivor. A God bless survivor.